What a time to be alive. Imagine being a former president and getting a phone call saying that the people you attacked mercilessly have proof of your crimes and are coming after you. Now imagine being the person they need to destroy to save their own asses. Tulsi is a driving force and therefore the high-value target in their sights. Hello, my friends, and welcome back for another episode of What They Don't Say. From the start, I promise you I'll always focus on important elements the right and left media fail to see or won't say. This is a short episode, but I already have 7 huge distinct points of detail that pundits and politicians either aren't seeing or aren't talking about. You'll recognize the importance of each of them as soon as you hear it. The new war that just began in the media with Tulsi's release of information, it opened up with a heavy artillery barrage of evidence and charges. They all landed on Obama's lap with the precision of bunker busters on an Iranian nuke lab. Right there, we've got the first point of what they don't say. Obama is taking damage from incoming hits. He and the world are about to realize the deep state puppeteers that put him in the White House don't give a rat's ass about him now. The cavalry is not coming to the rescue. They put Obama in place, they used him, they're done with him, and now they've moved on. He has no further value to them. Sorry, Barry, but you're on your own, you snake. Sure, he'll have the typical support, obfuscation, defense from the left and media, whatever friends that he's got left in politics. They have to speak up because they're under fire as participants in the crimes too. This is worse for the guilty parties than what people realize. The Obama faction already lost their grip on power at the steering wheel of the Democrat machine. Obama himself, he wasn't able to impact the strategy of last year's campaign. He wanted a primary. The party just went ahead and put Kamala in. Obama didn't believe Kamala could win. Nobody in charge cared what he said, and they sure didn't act on it. Whoever is running the Democrat Party behind the scenes ignored him. He's done. The party establishment has been completely taken over by nutcase revolutionaries like AOC, Ilhan Omar, the ratchet queen, that Jasmine the Thug Crockett from Texas. That's the face of the radical Dem Party that we see. We don't see the shadow powers behind all this. The ones that placed Obama, the ones that have abandoned him. The party has basically shut Obama out and set their own course. He's old news. That's the political equivalent of forced retirement. They put him out to pasture. Why would they come to his rescue now when he has no power of office? He can't repay any favors from them, so he's not going to get any new favors. The concern of the DNC is not protecting Barry. Their focus is on protecting themselves and the party from the fallout. Obama is contagious now, a political leper. Nobody who is safe from the Tulsi investigation is going to go to bat or jump in from the safe sidelines and tie themselves to the sinking Obama ship. Tulsi's performing like a professional hero on a mission. Her patriotism and her integrity is sincere. Her competence is more than adequate for the task at hand. Tulsi is the right person in the right place at the right time. I can't imagine another person right now better suited for the job, and that's where her danger lies. If they could stop her right now, they'd still have damage and exposure, but Tulsi is just getting warmed up. She clearly said they have a lot more evidence to release. She said multiple whistleblowers are coming forward and bringing evidence of crimes to her. It was Obama himself who kept repeating the phrase, "Bring it on." Okay, Skippy, here it is. Point 2 of what they don't say. That revolves around the Obama legacy. Bathhouse Barry has coasted through his rise in popularity on the efforts of media who helped fine-tune his artificial image. Many voters bought into it, obviously. Multiple times I've had Democrat acquaintances tell me different variations of history will remember Obama as one of our great presidents. Time will validate his policies and visions of change he made. They believe that. But Tulsi just threw that legacy into the great hamburger grinder of history. By the time her evidence is done pushing him and his posse through the gears and out the little holes in the end of the grinder, his legacy can go straight to the outhouse. No further digestion is going to be necessary. It's fun while it lasted, Barry. It's over. Tulsi knows Obama was a puppet, not the creator, but he is the highest visible perp. He was placed where he could willingly and knowingly damage America from the inside at the behest of whoever was on the global committee pulling his strings. We don't have the evidence, and they don't have the jurisdiction to prosecute international handlers. But we can sure as hell get to him. Barry himself is on the ground here. If Bondi doesn't blow it, he can be damaged. He can be prosecuted. He had so much fun playing the big dog. He was secure in his position, protected by media and power brokers of the world. Now he's out of office. They cut him loose, and he's left alone to get himself out of the mess they helped get him into. There's an old saying, it's lonely at the top. He's about to find out how lonely that can get. The phone's going to stop ringing, Barry. You're a leper. Point number 3 of what they don't say. Trump has to like what he's saying, but note this. He is not happy. He's not smiling. He's not cracking his typical jokes about any of it. That's normal Trump. It's not there now. This guy's in war mode. We will hear the wailing and moaning from the left, outraged at weaponizing agencies for personal vendettas. Sure, I think he actually is. But there was crimes associated with what they did to him personally. He's got 2 damn good reasons for prosecuting this. He didn't do it in his first term. He didn't follow through. Just last week, he admitted that he was the one who had the DOJ stand down and not prosecute Hillary in the first term. I never did like that. It pissed me off when Bill Barr came out and said, oh, there's no evidence she ever committed a crime. I never liked that. I never saw why Trump went along with it. It turns out he was the one that did it. Unfortunately, none of these guys are perfect, right? But considering the fact that he campaigned on lock her up for 18 months, his voters wanted and expected justice then. He shut it down. There's a decency in that guy that does not exist in me. He's a nicer person. I'd have gone for. Not all promises are kept. You know, that's just life. We elect presidents, not messiahs. They're not going to be perfect. Trump let her off the hook, though, over respect for the office and her standing as the legal, if not emotional wife of a former president. The Democrats didn't seem to appreciate this magnanimous gesture. They went after him with every power the agencies and offices enabled them with. They showed no respect. There's no limits, and they attacked with a political savagery never before seen in Western society, not in modern Western society. I mean, what they did was just brutal. They rewrote the rules. They threw the unwritten rules of decency right out the window. Well, reap what you sow. They established that it is acceptable to relentlessly pursue and prosecute a predecessor in the White House. Let's see what happens when we use their rules, but with actual evidence of very real crimes. This is our point 4 of what they don't say. None of this is what you're hearing in the media. Have you noticed that? Point number 4 of 7. Trump's gloves are off, and he appears ready to go scorched earth on the corrupt Dems and the media mercenaries. If a criminal link of collusion can be found there, he will chase it. There has to be evidence of conspiracy between the administration and media, the Obama administration. The talking heads may have become a guilty part of the story. Can or will Bondi even pursue them? Every intel agency has been ordered to cooperate fully and follow wherever the evidence takes them. This is no normal Republican versus Democrat political gymnastic exercise. This is the modern equivalent of the Roman war dog sent to find where the enemies are hiding and then eat them. So how about number 5 of what they don't say? Issue number 5.5, here we go. The Democrats have already used every weapon they could invent. They can respond to these new charges by denying the guilt, but the documents don't lie. It is normal to fight fire with fire. When attacked, normal Democrat response is to attack the attackers. What do Democrats have left to attack with? For several years, they desperately gleaned every aspect of Trump's life, his family, his businesses, his associates, his character. They were harvesting the tiniest bits to weave into their nefarious cases against him. They're out of ammo. They used up all the arrows. The quiver is empty. They're stuck in place in a posture of defense. In the past, we've only seen Republicans in defense mode. We've never seen the Democrats have to do it. They always attack, attack, attack. What do they do when they're out of ammo? They got nothing. They're cornered. The evidence is there, and they know it. Number 6, point of what they don't say. Tulsi released the evidence and added commentary on the overview. The scope, the outline, criminal events. She is speaking with the stoic confidence of one who anticipates rebuttals, and she's ready to confront all of it. That woman, when you watch her at the podium, she is so cool, calm, collected, well-spoken, and determined. It's just flat impressive. Obama had to respond, but he was careful to keep his statement short. Here is the most important analysis you're going to hear about Obama's rebuttal. He did not mention or refute a single specific detail of the many charges made by Tulsi. He only spoke in general terms regarding the entire situation. He called it outrageous, and he's intimating that the discussion is unworthy of dignifying with his attention. In other words, he regrets having to climb down from the lofty bastion of his innate dignity to wallow in the mud of Team Trump games. Yeah, he's above this, right? But this is important. Watch and listen as the left reacts. Their defense is weak. They're knocking the motives. They're knocking the dignity of the investigations. They are not isolating specific charges or items of evidence. They're not saying the papers don't exist. Show me the papers. The evidence isn't there. I don't believe you. That's not what they're saying. But that's what innocent people do. That's what Trump did over and over again. With every case they brought against him, he could either say, bring the evidence, he could prove it wrong, or prove they were using it wrong, or applying the law wrong. Democrats don't have any of that available to them. Trump was innocent. That's the difference. Point 7 of what they don't say. The agencies are not cleaned up yet. Even the agencies that Tulsi has to use. The agencies that she and Bondi have oversight of, they aren't cleaned up yet. You can't do that in 6 months. It's not possible to evaluate every employee, their integrity, their motives, their history, their background, their personal connections, and their loyalties. Team Obama and whoever was in charge under the Biden administration deliberately stacked the deck in personnel. We know that. It's like when they purged the Pentagon, got rid of all the good officers and put in all the guys that wanted the gay stuff. These people are going to destroy evidence from the inside if they're given the opportunity. I'm sure Tulsi is aware of this and taking whatever precautions are available. I think some of the whistleblowers are probably aware of it, and that's why they're coming forward now, because they want to bring the evidence before it's destroyed. But this is the national defense community we're talking about. We got some pretty spooky people wearing those suits. The mysteries of some operations are real. We all grew up knowing there's some real James Bond stuff taking place on this planet, and those are the agencies it's coming from, on and off the record. That's the type of mentality at home in the national intel agencies that Tulsi has the keys to. What are the Democrat plants willing to do to discourage her from going all the way? These people have careers in there that last for decades. Many of them are going to resent a temporary boss coming in for up to 4 years and turning the order of things upside down. Tulsi's just temporary. They see their bosses come and go, and now she's in there blowing the place up. Those career people, they don't like it. How far will they go to find her weak spot or arrange an accident? That's what worries me. I think Tulsi is in danger. Yeah, it's risky to go after her because she's so visible. Tell me about it. What about JFK? What about Vince Foster? Hell, Lee Harvey Oswald was in a crowded room and got taken out. So did Bobby Kennedy. What about Princess Di? She was being chased by paparazzi when she went down. That was said to be a hit. What about 2 attacks on Trump? Back to back. Under the nose of the intel agencies and the Secret Service? Don't tell me they can't get to Tulsi or wouldn't risk it. I'm worried about it. Double security on Tulsi. Her family, everything important to her, double it up. There's some very dangerous people who now find themselves under scrutiny that is very threatening to their futures, possibly their freedom. We have to get this right. We have to hold the guilty accountable by any means necessary. If we do it now when it matters, maybe God will continue to bless this great country of ours. Thanks for listening.